You know that feeling, right? You open up a new textbook, flip to the next chapter, and there it is, that big, splashy warm-up page. And if you're like me, most of the time you just kind of glance at it and turn the page to get to the real stuff. But what if I told you that page isn't just a warm-up? What if it's actually the key to the entire lesson? That before you even read a single paragraph, you could pretty much know exactly what's coming. Well, today, that's what we're going to do. Take a look at this page for Lesson 4. We're not going to treat this as just an intro. Nope. We're going to treat it like a detective's map. Our job is to find all the clues that are hiding in plain sight. So where do we start? Well, you always start with the biggest, most obvious piece of evidence on the page, the title. It's our first and maybe most important signpost. And the title here is Living in Two Worlds. Okay, let's just pause on that for a second. That's really interesting, isn't it? It's not something simple like going shopping. It's a whole concept, a big idea. Right away, my brain starts firing off questions. What two worlds are we even talking about here? Before we look at anything else, let's just brainstorm. What could that possibly mean? Just from those 4 words, look at what we can come up with. Is it about the physical world versus, the digital world online? Or maybe it's about an immigrant's life, their home country versus their new one. Could be about tradition versus modern life, or even a local neighborhood versus the big global community. These are all just initial theories. Okay, so we've got some ideas floating around. Now let's see if we can find more evidence. It's time to decode the visuals because, let's be honest, pictures can tell a story way faster than words. And whoa, look at this. On the left, we've got this gorgeous, colorful illustration. I'm seeing lanterns, an open-air market. There's even a little canal or waterway. Everything about this, from the style to the clothes, just screams traditional cultural setting. This feels like our world number 1. But then, look over to the right. It's a total 180. We go from that beautiful illustration to 2 actual photographs of modern-day storefronts. You can spot the fluorescent lighting, all the pre-packaged stuff on the shelves, and business signs in different languages. The whole vibe is completely different. This has got to be world's number 2. And when you put them side by side, the contrast is just crystal clear. On one hand, you have the traditional market with its lanterns and open stalls. On the other, modern convenience stores with bright lights and commercial signs. So our two worlds theory is starting to solidify, right? It's looking a whole lot like tradition meeting modern everyday life. So we've looked at the title, we've looked at the pictures. Now for our final set of clues. And trust me, these are often the biggest giveaway. The warm-up questions themselves. They're not just random questions. They are literally designed to get your brain thinking about the lesson's main themes. The task is pretty simple. What can you do in these stores? Check the boxes. But don't let that simplicity fool you. Each one of these options is like a little breadcrumb, and it's leading us straight to the heart of the lesson. Let's decode this. The first option, buy groceries from Southeast Asian countries. Okay, that's super specific. It's not just buy groceries. It tells us we're probably focusing on a community with roots in Southeast Asia and that food and culture are going to be important. Next, send packages to other countries. What does that suggest? It suggests a community that has strong connections to family back home. It's about global ties. And finally, book airplane tickets. Well, that's all about travel, migration, and the actual movement of people between these two worlds we've been talking about. All right, detectives, we've gathered all our clues. We've got stuff from the title, from the pictures, and from those questions. Now it's time to put it all together and build our final prediction, our roadmap for exactly what Lesson 4 is going to cover. So here's what we can say with a ton of confidence. This lesson is going to be about a community, probably immigrants, from Southeast Asia. It's going to explore how they live in two worlds, how they balance their rich cultural heritage with their new modern environment. And the big themes we're going to see: family, food, and those global connections that keep it all together. See, we've just mapped out the entire lesson, and we haven't even read the first paragraph yet. This technique isn't just for this one lesson. It's a whole new way of looking at things. Every single warm-up page is a map waiting to be decoded. It turns you from someone who just passively reads into an active, predictive learner. So next time you open a textbook, don't just see a title and some pictures. Go find the hidden map.